welcome to the NDTV Auto Show. I'm your host Buddha Mishra, and what you see behind me are all the cars launched in the year 2024, and we are at iconic Buddh International Circuit, a place known for speed, precision and racing. But today it's not about racing, it's all about judging. At the NDTV Auto Awards 2025 jury round, we unleashed over 40 cars and motorcycles on the legendary Buddh International Circuit. The Formula One track offered enough to keep the vehicles and jury members at the peak of their capabilities. The electrifying lineup was a feast for the senses, offering a thrilling variety that kept our hearts racing. The car lineup started from the modest yet enthusiastic Maruti Suzuki Swift. Holding the torch for coupe SUVs higher than normal were the Tata Curve, Citroën Basalt and Mercedes-Benz GLC 43 AMG. Even the big boys, Mahindra Thar Rock and Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, showed their faster side on the track. Ruling the performance chapter were the Mercedes G63 AMG, BMW i5 and Mini Cooper S. To talk of the carbon neutrality, the Tata Punch EV, Tata Curve EV and MG Windsor EV had their strong say. And of course, no awards are complete without a jury that brings experience, expertise and passion to the table.
Hi, I'm Renuka Kirpalani. I'm consulting editor with Autocar India and editor auto for Mashable India. The experience has been really good. We've got a whole lineup of cars to drive, so it's always great to test them back to back, and it's been fun.
Hi, my name is Hari Singh. Well, from the era that I come from, where the clutch, brake and the accelerator were the main thing along with the steering, here now the cars are doing a lot of the stuff for yourself, for you when you drive. Safety, they brake for you, they turn for you, they park for you, and eventually you're just going to be a passenger in the car. So that's where I think we are going with so much of technology coming into the automobile industry.
Hi, I'm Rachit Hirani from Motor Octane. जब आप इलेक्ट्रिक गाड़ी, छोटे साइज की गाड़ी ट्रैक पे चलाते हो, you take it to a limit, और तब असली मजा आता है. Like you can take these AMGs, you can push them, but I don't think so. हम उस लेवल तक ले जा सकते हैं जो एक प्रोफेशनल रेसर ले जा पाएगा. लेकिन जो दूसरी गाड़ियां हैं उनको हम लिमिट तक ले जा पा रहे हैं, जिससे हमें और भी बहुत सारी चीजें पता चल रहा है that we don't generally come to know.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Chawla, tech and auto expert. I think we are all searching for the next alternative clean fuel. It's not electric for sure. We are looking at hydrogen, we're looking at other flex fuels and other options, and let's see what would eventually make it as a replacement for petrol and diesel or fossil fuels. But I don't see electric as the future. I think it's a passage to other cleaner fuels like hydrogen and other sources.
I'm Rakesh Srivastav, and I've been a proud member of the auto industry, right, having served with multiple OEMs into a transformative role now, right, judging the NDTV Auto Awards. To me, it is that when I look at the products which have been launched by the multiple OEMs, I think every product, right, is targeted at a particular audience, particular customer, bringing in a particular kind of a technology, a design element. So the competition is very, very stiff.
Hi, I'm Bertrand D'Souza, former journalist and of course entrepreneur right now. We are here to do a fairly serious job, and that is to evaluate and decide on which have been those products that have stood out in the Indian market in the year 2024.
Hi, I'm Mugdha Mishra, editor NDTV Auto. I think one piece of advice would be, especially for the luxury car makers, to localize more, make them more affordable. And for mass market players, I think it will be to always strive to give the best, keeping in mind our pockets.
Hi, my name is Kalyani Potekar and I've been riding motorcycles over 15 years now. I love racing. I have done national championships, international championships. I started with 150cc, moved to 600 and 1000cc. I also love riding adventure motorcycles. I love them, taking to the mountains and explore new trails. And it's an honor to be here today.
Hi, I'm Abhinav Bhatt. I'm a journalist by profession and an automobile enthusiast. The one thing that needs improvement in the motorcycle industry, I feel it is rider training. Right now what happens is, as soon as you turn 18 years old, you can go and buy whatever motorcycle that you want in this country. You can go and buy a Hayabusa that will do 300 kilometers an hour. So I feel we need a certain licensing system, quite in line with Europe, where people are restricted to smaller 125cc motorcycles or 200cc motorcycles for the first couple of years. Then for the next couple of years, restrict them to maybe a 400.
So hi, I'm Dr. Arun Thereja, ENT specialist by profession, but my life is all about motorcycles. And like I always say, it's a human exoskeleton with a motorcycle inside. That's me. So motorcycles are all about performance and style. And by the way, every motorcycle has a different feel, even if the engine is the same. That's the best part. Out here we experienced that, a couple of Royal Enfield 650s, different models. So according to me, obviously we are adrenaline junkies, so the power of acceleration is incomparable to any other vehicle on the planet, what the motorcycles give us. And that's why I love, adore and eat and breathe and sleep superbikes.
So hi, my name is Simranjeet, also known as Simran King, and I'm a professional superbike racer and multi-times national and international champion in 1600cc category. Basically मोटरसाइकिल इंडस्ट्री में सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रेंड है कि आप कौन सा सबसे बड़ा बाइक आप दिखा सकते हैं अपने ग्रुप में, या फिर कैसे, या फिर आपकी बाइक कितनी ज़्यादा अच्छी दिख रही है. सो वो अभी नाउअडेज ट्रेंड चल रहा है. प्लस इफ़ यू गेट अ मोर पावरफुल बाइक इन ग्रुप, तो आपके ग्रुप में हो जाता है कि नहीं, मैं इससे अब नेक्स्ट टाइम इससे ही ऊपर बेटर बाइक लेके आऊँगा.
Hi, my name is Kinshuk Datta. I am the Senior Associate Editor for NDTV Auto. The most challenging part of being a jury member on the NDTV Auto Awards was the fact that it lasted for just a few hours. It could have lasted longer, and riding motorcycles and scooters like these on a racetrack in a setting like this with people who enjoy riding two-wheelers is an absolute bliss. And the challenge part of it is that unfortunately this has to end, but otherwise there was nothing challenging about it. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Hi, I am the world traveler on motorcycles, known by the name Deepak Gupta, also called Mountain Man in the country. The trend in the current scenario, I feel, is the advent of 400cc motorcycle. I think all the leading brands are majorly focusing on the 400cc brands, and I also personally believe, after traveling across the world on motorcycles, that 400cc motorcycle is enough to travel across the world, any terrain, any continent.
On the side of tilting in the apex, the Aprilia RS457 and Suzuki GSX 8R enthralled the motorcycle jury. While the electric cavalcade was led by the ultraviolet F77 Mark II. The Bajaj Freedom 125 highlighted the concept of pocket-friendly running, while the BMW CE02 was all about trendiness. With an entire day at their disposal, our expert jury members delved deep into each vehicle, scrutinizing them on multitude of parameters beyond mere performance.
Well, I think the EVs are getting a real big push. That's one way the Indian automobile industry is really pushing for. Well, speed is definitely in my blood, so it's going to be a high-performance car. But there are times that I want to take the family out. It's going to be in a normal car.
I think the Toyota Camry actually really surprised me the most. I did not expect that car to handle as well as it did around the track. I think design-wise, there are some really nice styled cars. So, the competition on the design front will be a bit tough. I think, you have products like the Citroen Basalt, which is quirky, it's funky. You have the iconic G-Wagon. So, you have quite a lot of, really nicely styled cars over here. I think the Thar rocks. It's a car that really is something that's it's different. It's durable, it's still great to drive, it has practicality. So I think, we've seen it become quite a hit, and I think it's going to continue to be that. It's a product that just kind of has it all.
I'm pretty much impressed with the Mini Cooper and the Thar Rocks. Mini Cooper was a very good package. Specifically, it's a big SUV and it handles really well. At the same time, Thar Rocks is not an ideal track car, but it does a fantastic job too. I think MG Windsor was one because I thought it's more of a city car, but when we put it on track, it was fantastic. It felt very direct to drive. I mean, that is one excellent product they have. See, EVs are any which ways faster, period. So there's no doubt in that category. But how do people start using EV is where the question comes.
It was phenomenal. We got to drive almost every car that launched in 2024 and experience from the starting of the segment till the mighty G-Wagon. So everything was there and it was a great experience to drive on the track. If I have to pinpoint, I think the Citroen Basalt was one of the cars that I liked over the year, like in 2024 when I drove it for the first time for the test drive. And driving it again on the track, it felt really nice, compared to the others.
I think the trend is largely towards the SUV, and multiple products have been launched into the SUV market, and also towards the future in terms of the EV. So going forward, right, the customers are largely going to be in the SUVs and the EVs, and OEMs have largely tried to address this. The good point is that what I saw in the jury was that every member is a learned member, right, with multiple years of experience, having driven the products, judged the products, right, being part of the auto industry. And that brings in a lot of value, especially on the table, when you are discussing products or a personality, or you're discussing an OEM, right, or the manufacturer or a brand.
To me, impact means not just numbers, but also standing on its own as a brand. And I think Maruti Suzuki Dzire will do that because this is the first time that Dzire has stepped away from the design it has carried, which was Swift with a box. But now Dzire has its own personality, own design, which is away from Swift. And Dzire is a very successful car.
So the biggest trend that I have seen in the automotive industry in the last year is actually it's not one trend, but there are several that have come to light. One, of course, is the safety systems that most car makers have to offer in their cars. The second is connected technologies or state-of-the-art technologies where touchscreens and the kind of features that they offer to consumers. There's the battery as a service that MG has come up with, which is phenomenal, and it's something that should trend in the near future. I think these are two or three of the critical features that have stood out for me in the year 2024. When we're looking for cars that stand out in an award ceremony, the one thing that we look for is cars that stand out. And there is nothing as dramatic, as loud, as visually pleasing, as phenomenal to drive as Mercedes-Benz's G63 AMG.
There were surprises when it comes to the EV, which is a new segment, and that is something really interesting I'm looking forward to. because till now I've been riding non-EV or the manual motorcycles, but EV is something which I think is really interesting this time.
I feel currently the electric bikes, no matter how much nice they are, they're still not at the level of the internal combustion engine high performance motorcycles. These bikes have been developed for decades. So currently I would stick to an internal combustion engine motorcycle. You never know. By the way, the ultraviolet just went and it went pretty fast. So you never know, in the future, one day I may switch.
I'm not an EV guy, I'm an old school guy. I love engines, adore them, the performance they generate with the sound. I mean, it's ingrained in me. So I'm not a fan of EV, but unfortunately EV will be the future, seeing the scenario we are into right now. But yes, if ultraviolet is a great attempt to do that from an Indian company, and if they make performance oriented with reasonable pricing, the pricing is the main factor with the EVs. Once it comes down, which I'm sure it will over a couple of years, then that would be the way to go.
मैं सुजुकी एटा से ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था कि ऐसी बाइक निकलेगी और ऐसा बाइक चलेगी, वो ऐसा परफॉर्म करेगी. ऑल्दो थोड़ा सा पावर कम है उस बाइक में, बट ओवरऑल इट्स अ गुड पैकेज. ब्रेकिंग, हैंडलिंग, एरोगोनॉमिक्स बाइक के बहुत अच्छे.
Well, I wouldn't know if I were to give advice to manufacturers who will be participating in next year's awards, but I can already say that in 2025 there have been quite a few exciting launches, particularly in the middleweight segment and particularly in the ADV space. So you know what I'm hinting at, it's all orange. So this time next year we expect a lot more excitement, a lot more drama at the 2026 NDTV awards, right?
I think at the moment, if you say, I would certainly prefer a petrol bike because the infrastructure is developing on the EV front. But yes, EV is the future. Nobody can stop it.
What an incredible day it has been. Long and tiring, but filled with a lot of action, some intense discussion and some thrilling test runs. As the sun sets on this inaugural NDTV Auto Awards Jury Day, excitement continues as we gear up to announce the winners of NDTV Auto Awards. So stay tuned, stay safe and stay passionate about automobiles.